Salutations everybody, it is Maddie here today, and let's talk about Ghost Story Games. Now, they were formerly known as Irrational Games, aka the team that had brought us the amazing BioShock franchise, one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully a new one in the coming years. Anyway, Irrational Games had released most of its staff back in 2014, which crushed the hearts of many gamers, including myself, probably lone, still sobbing about it. Recently, they have rebranded and are now known as Ghost Story Games, and their mission statement makes clear as to exactly why they switched to that. Our mission is simple: to create immersive, story-driven games for people who love games that ask something of them. While we believe our new games will have a strong appeal to fans of BioShock, our new focus allows us to craft experiences where the gameplay is as challenging as the stories. Ghost stories are immersive, exciting, and steeped in community. The name reminds us of our mission. Now, that's a very interesting and different choice of words to describe how your game's going to be, where the gameplay is as challenging as the stories. What I'm getting at this is it could be a action first-person shooter type game where the gameplay is naturally going to be intense, but perhaps when it says as challenging as the stories is maybe decisions you make throughout the storyline are as tough and as crucial to make as staying alive in each and every battle. Just a thought. A little more information on Ghost Story Games. There are 12 members on the founding team, aka the former employees at Irrational who didn't get laid off, but everyone else did. And currently, the total staff count sits at 25, so it's a very tiny team. Basically an indie team, but I'd imagine they have to have come into some money. Perhaps a publisher is stepping up or something where they're making this big push saying, this is the game we're making, we're excited to make it. And the reason I say this is because they're also actively hiring, which means that they must have extra money and they haven't put something out in years, so I'm not sure where else it would be coming from except for a publisher, meaning that perhaps they're really gaining steam on the game they're currently developing, which is an exciting proposition. Now, what could this game be? They say that fans of BioShock would enjoy it, and I imagine that means because people who love BioShock really like the gameplay, that action, that intensity, mixed with a story that bends your mind. Thank you so much, Ken Levine. I'm still recovering from BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite. Speaking of Ken Levine, though, he's been saying for a while that he wants to pursue replayable narrative in games. It's come up in many articles because he feels that's the future of gaming, as well as what can make a really impactful experience for the gamer. And a good example, I feel, of a replayable narrative, although this doesn't fit really the BioShock theme, is the Stanley Parable. This is a game that's all about narrative choices and whether you want to listen to the voice and turn into the door or keep going straight. And it's such a simplistic idea, but it really is a heavily replayable narrative because there's so many permutations throughout the entire game, just the tiniest little difference and make a change in what ending you get. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a title that the game was taking inspiration from, but I also feel like Ken is aspiring to create that game that doesn't sacrifice choice for gameplay and in fact keeps them on the same level, where a lot of times we'll see that action heavy gameplay and some minor choices with some decent repercussions. But I think what he wants to do, and the entire team at Ghost Story Games, is level them out, make sure they're even, which is very important in games, I feel, because you don't see that too often nowadays. So I'd really love to see something along those lines. What this could exactly be, well, we can't really speculate much because we don't have any details other than the idea they want to pursue. It's been a few years since Irrational, now Ghost Story Games, has come out with something, so I don't know how soon we could expect a reveal on what this game is. Like I said, it's a very small team. They're just rebranding now. I don't know how long that means they are in development. But what's good to know is that they're making progress because they've been quiet for so long. It's like, are they just going to eventually shut it all down? So at least this is a sign of good things happening, or at least on the outside looking in. That's how I'm feeling personally. So I'm very happy for the team at Ghost Story Games. I'm going to have to get used to saying that now Irrational, one of my favorite game developers, is officially no more. We can call them ex-Irrational devs at this point in time. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Ghost Story Games as well as what they could possibly be working on. Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are, as always, in the description down below. Be sure to consider contributing to the Patreon. It helps fuel all the content we create here. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.